Hey guys, hi, Bryson here, and today we're going to break down exactly what are 3 ways you can actually build up your credit score if you don't have a credit card or cannot get access to a credit card whatsoever. Now, it might be because basically you have a bad credit score, or maybe you just don't want to get a credit card in the first place, okay? But in this video, I'm going to break it down. On top of that, at the end of the video, I'll also give you an additional 3. That we have 6 ways to go out there and build your credit score without having to actually get a credit card, especially if you can't qualify for a credit card, okay? And by the way, if you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when I post a new video every single day. And on top of that, also destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much. It helps a lot, like showing people the videos, that way YouTube shows them. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And now the first way to actually go out there and build your credit score without a credit card is by basically getting a credit builder loan. Now the idea is you can either do it, for example, with a credit union, or for example your bank, or for example even online with a company like Self. Now the whole idea is that basically they'll qualify you for a loan between $200 to $2,500. They'll grab that money, put it in a CD or savings accounts, and your job is just to do one thing: make payments on it every single month consistently for 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years, okay? That's the entire idea. Now, tell me, why is this important? Well, the overall idea is that basically what you're doing is you're building up your payment history, which accounts for around 35% of your entire credit score factor. So what you're focusing on basically saying like, hey, I borrowed some money, I paid it off in full, and that way over time, by the way, we're making payments on time, and that way your credit score is going to go up, which will then let you go ahead and apply for a normal credit card and actually qualify for it. Now, if you're asking me, Tommy, well, why would I borrow money, never get it, and then pay it back, and then is my money gone? The answer is no. At the end of those 12 months or 8 months or 2 years or 5 years, whatever you did there, they'll give you back all the money you paid towards it, okay? Minus the interest and the fees. And that is the entirety. I highly recommend, if you want to do this, don't do it for more than 1 year or 2 years, okay? Because the entire goal is qualify for a credit card. Once you can do that, it's going to be a lot more easy. Now on top of that, I also want to show you guys my credit score, and that way you guys understand exactly how your credit score is actually put into place. So you understand like, hey, what do I focus on most to actually increase my entire credit score? Now, as you can see right here, guys, okay, my Equifax is 758 and my TransUnion is 755. A decent credit score if you ask me right here. And by the way, you guys might think like, hey Tommy, you have a 758, that's awesome. But in reality, just a year ago, if you can see right here, I had a 681. And by the way, even a little further than then, I actually had a 650 or something like that, okay? But then if you watch my videos, you know exactly what I was doing and how I got my credit score up. And I'll link a video down below to show you guys exactly how to build your credit score actually faster, okay? In 10 minutes, by the way. Now guys, when it comes to your credit score, you have 5 factors that you want to focus on. The first one is called payment history, and that accounts for around 35% of your entire credit score. And that's why when you use, for example, a credit builder loan, is going to help you out a ton, because again, that payment history accounts for around 35% of your entire credit score. So again, that's why credit builder loans actually make sense. The second part is basically how much money you actually owe, aka your credit card utilization. Basically meaning, okay, how much money do you have in total access to, and how much money are you actually borrowing? Now that accounts for around 30% of your entire credit score, and what you want to do is keep it below 10%, and that way your credit score will not suffer. And right now I have it 2%, and basically only because I have a balance, but then every single month I pay it off in full automatically, and that way I never pay any interest. On top of that, the third part is basically length of history. Nothing you can do about this except try to get started as soon as possible. Meaning that right now I have 3 years and 2 months on average, but then again, every time you open up a new account, it's going to actually slice that. So be very careful when it comes to open up new accounts. And by the way, that's the only reason I haven't opened a new account in a while, because basically I don't need to and have all the credit cards that I actually want. So I don't really need to do that whatsoever. And that accounts for around 15% of your entire credit score. Then you you also have credit mix, for example, that's 10%, meaning do you have student loan debt? Do you have any credit card debt? Do you have, for example, a personal loan, a car loan? Having that mix is going to show banks and also your credit score that, hey, this person right here can actually manage a lot of different loans, so that's why your credit score is actually going to go back up. Now, that accounts for around 10% again, and the last factor is basically new credit line. So basically, every time you open up a new account, that's actually going to affect you, and that accounts for around 10% of your entire credit score. But obviously, the most important part is probably the amount of money you actually owe and also your payment history. So again, if you want to have everything perfectly, just make sure you have, for example, auto pay on, and when you get your credit card, just make sure to pay the balance off in full every single month, also automatically. That way your credit score will shoot up, and I guarantee it. Now, the con of using a credit builder account is that basically they do have a fee, and on top of that, you will pay interest on it because basically you're carrying that entire loan for around 12 months usually, and they are going to charge you interest on it. Usually not that much, but the point is it is going to cost you money. And that's why once you have your credit score up to a decent amount, I want you to instantly switch over to a credit card. And now the second way to go out there and build your credit score without a credit card is by getting something called a secured credit card. Tell me, but that's a credit card. The answer is yes, but it's a little bit more differently, and it almost guarantees that you're actually going to qualify and actually get approved. The whole idea is that when you get a normal credit card, the bank gives you all the money. However, when you get a secure credit card, you have to pay some money also. That way, if you default, basically, guess what happens, okay? They cancel your account, they keep your money. However, if everything does go okay, basically, they'll give you back your money, your deposits at the end of the year or whenever you actually want to close the entire account, as long as you don't have a balance on the account, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, I made a video about this yesterday, but the whole idea is this, okay? There are 3 secure credit cards I recommend. The Capital One Secure Card. Now, this one is very easy to qualify for, but again, this is for people that basically are new to credit and do not have any bad credit history whatsoever. The Capital One Secure Card. However, if you do get rejected by the odd chance, just grab your phone, call them, tell them, hey, I have a job, I'm going to put down the deposit, so there's no way I should get rejected. And usually they will turn around the decision and basically send you a secure credit card. Usually that is what's going to happen. However, if they say no, do not go ahead and apply for the Discover Secure Card, because basically the Discover one is almost twice as hard to actually qualify for. And if you get rejected by the Capital One, well, the chances of you actually qualifying for the Discover one are actually very slim. But if you want to take your chances and apply for both of them, then by all means go ahead, but I don't recommend it, okay? But the Discover one does have cash back, and it's one of the best secure cards out there, and that's why it's a lot harder to actually qualify for. Now, if you actually got rejected by both of them, the next step is applying for the Open Sky Secure Card. Now, this one right here has an annual fee, but you're going to be guaranteed approval because basically they don't give you any money. They basically just grab your money and use that as a credit line, and they don't even check your credit score. And that's why I guarantee you're going to qualify for it, although the annual fee is $35 every single year. But if you don't want to do that, well, guess what? Self, the credit loan builder company, actually gives you a secure card also after you have 3 months of consecutive payments also. So if you also want to get Self and then get a secure card, you can always do that also with Self, and the balance or the credit line is going to be based on how much money you actually have with them at that point in time. So keep that in mind. So again, the 4 cards are basically the Self Secure Card, Capital One, Discover, and also the Open Sky credit card if you have, for example, very, very bad credit. And if you get rejected, again, just call in and ask them to overturn the decision, because usually just talking to them is going to get you exactly what you want. But remember, please be nice when you call in, and please treat them like humans, because basically they are people, not robots. So again, be nice, because if you're not being nice, they're probably going to say like, hey, no, sorry, bye-bye, you know. If they say no, try calling in the next day and also explain them everything also. That is always a pretty good option on top of that. Now, the third way to build your credit score without a credit card is by basically joining a lending circle. Now, tell me, what is this exactly? Well, a lending circle is basically not very common, but very common in a way, depending on where you actually live. But the idea is, one of the best companies out there is called Mission Asset Fund. And the whole idea is basically you join a circle of people, for example, 10 people, 20 people, 100 people. And the idea is that all of you make payments every single month. And every single month, one of you guys actually gets a loan, basically. That's how it works, okay? So say, for example, you have 10 people. And every single one of you is actually paying $100 every single month, meaning that every month one of you is going to get paid $1,000, okay? And that's the whole idea. Now you're going to keep paying the $100, and that way, by the end of 10 months, you pay back the $1,000, and everyone borrowed $1,000, and everyone paid it back also. And that is the entire idea. And that way, you can also build your entire credit score and also get a real loan with real money in your hands. You can actually go out there and spend also. But there is one catch, okay? Because basically, you have to go to meetings to talk to these people and make sure you're not going to scam anybody. And basically, that's the whole idea, okay? So you join a circle of people, paying money every single month, you get a loan, and at the end of 10 months or 12 months, everyone got the loan and paid it back in full, and your credit score is actually going to improve also because it's also being reported. But again, this is not going to be available everywhere, so keep that in mind. So again, check the links down below to actually see exactly if you qualify based on where you actually are. Now, I promised you guys 3 other ways, and here they are right here. And basically, I recommend the top 3 as always, but the 3 other ones basically are also options that I don't want to leave out. The first one is basically student loan debt. If you have student loan debt, it can actually help you build up your credit score also. But you know, it's not a good investment if you just go into debt to basically get a credit score to then borrow more money. It's a circle, a rat race that you actually do not want to run. But if you are going to get student loan debt, keep in mind that you're actually going to build credit also. The second way is to go out there and get, for example, a personal loan. But again, if you're just going to do this to borrow money to then build your credit score and then basically keep going back and forth, the answer is it makes no sense. And by the way, by doing self or a credit union or a bank, you're basically doing the exact same thing, but at the end of the loan period, you get your money back. But with a loan, you don't get anything back, and usually, if you do default, it's going to ruin your credit score even further. And the last way is basically go out there and get a car loan, or maybe even get a new cell phone at a T-Mobile or an AT&T, whatever you want to do, okay? The answer is that is also going to build your credit score. But again, you're buying something that's going to lose a ton of value, and you're also going to pay interest and fees and a whole bunch of things. So the answer is that might also not be a good idea. And that's why these 3 right here are bonuses, but they are not the main 3, because basically I don't really recommend you do this to basically go into debt to then get better at borrowing debt, basically, okay? That's the whole idea. And overall, guys, the whole point of this video is basically to get you to increase your credit score without going into massive debt. And on top of that, to get better rates when it comes to actually going out there and buying things you are going to buy anyways. For example, a house or a car. But then again, when you buy a car, just make sure you don't buy a new car. It makes no financial sense. I have videos on it on my channel. I'm going to link them down below because guess what? I also hate cars, okay? Well, guys, comment down below and let me know, was this video helpful and which one are you going to do? Are you going to do a money circle, a credit builder loan, or for example, get an unsecured credit card, or for example, get another loan, a personal loan, or just get a car, okay? Comment down below, let me know, and as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, also subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified, and also like this video, and on top of that, also follow me on Instagram Bryson. And before I go, if you want to watch another video on basically how to build your credit score in 10 minutes, watch the video right here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.